I laughed at this when I was 7. I laughed at it at 21. When they are entering the arena, and Anakin rocks up, he's like, "Hey, we were trying to rescue you."
Oh, I thought this was really funny.
And then Obi-Wan delivered. What did he say?
He says, "Good job," or whatever. He's like,
that's so funny.
I also just think it's conceptually hilarious that Obi-Wan has had basically zero communication with Anakin. He's like, "Stay put. Just deliver this message," and then Anakin walks into the arena, and he doesn't have any reaction other than like, "Of course." Like you can just tell he's probably like, "Yeah, that checks out." Like, "Oh, and he's here. That's great. That's awesome."
I think it's hilarious.
Drew, you made a bold claim one time outside of the podcast.
Oh, I don't remember what I said.
Well, you may have said this on the podcast too, that Attack of the Clones was one of the ones you watched the most.
I think I said that last episode.
You did, but you told me this before as well.
Yeah.
That it's one of the ones that you have watched the most. And maybe in your childhood, maybe not recently, but like...
I think it's true. I think I watched Attack of the Clones a lot.
This was your childhood Star Wars movie?
I think it might have been. Well, yeah, I mean... I probably watch a Star Wars movie once a week for like 10 years.
Yeah, that's fair. I probably did the same thing.
But I watched Attack of the Clones a lot, and I think multiple reasons. One, I had a crush on Natalie Portman.
Okay, who didn't?
Which like every child did, right?
Yes.
Two, I think I was like the CGI is better in my 10-year-old brain.
It is
from 4, 5, and 6. That's what we're talking about because 7 wasn't out.
Wait, you're saying that Episode 2 is
the CGI is better than
the
4, 5, and 6.
Okay, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking this one.
It is also better than 1.
Okay,
but I think I watched 1 and 2 a lot because the CGI was better. And so in my head, I'm like, therefore, this movie is better.
Technically, that's true,
but also like not really.
Yeah.
But then also, I couldn't watch Revenge of the Sith, right? Because it was PG-13. So when I was like 7 years old, it was like 1 and 2, 4, 5, and 6.
There's not like a huge
Those
jump.
are my options.
There's not a huge jump between those movies, but yeah.
Yeah, there's really not.
I think my parents did the same thing. I don't think I watched Revenge of the Sith until I was a little
Like
older.
I had to be a little older to watch Revenge of the Sith.
That's awesome.
But then in like first grade, when my friends came and like, I watched Revenge of the Sith last night, I'm like, there's no way you watch Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It was a point of jealousy.
I mean, I did the same thing. I was a firstborn. You were a firstborn.
Yeah,
we just got firstborn. If you were a firstborn, let us know in the comments. And what movies did your parents not let you watch? And your siblings watched them when they were 5 years old or whatever.
Yeah, for real, dude. It's crazy.
How did you feel about revisiting Attack of the Clones with fresh, awesome 21-year-old eyes?
I know, very mature. I mean, this movie is not as good as I remembered.
Yeah. That's kind of hindsight's 2020
right.
on these things.
I felt the same way for Phantom Menace too. CGI, not as good as I remembered. Not even close.
It's not.
This is, in my opinion, better than Phantom Menace.
That is also true. I will say this. I will agree.
Okay. And I enjoyed this movie.
I will also agree.
And look, I'm gonna do this live in real time. I'm gonna try to separate nostalgia from my objective opinion.
This is what we should do on the podcast.
I say in quotes because like opinions are subjective, but
no, I know what you mean though.
As a reviewer, as us trying to review, I'm going to try to remove my nostalgia.
As what some people in the comments like to call us as professionals, which
we're not.
We do this by a fire, and we're in our 20s,
right?
But I guess if you want to call us professionals, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's good that you're separating nostalgia.
I'm going to try to separate nostalgia.
When I watched this, I was expecting to be lower on this movie.
Okay.
This is one of my least watched Star Wars movies. I think I watched this one and Return of the Jedi the least growing up.
Wow. Okay. I think I've probably watched New Hope the least.
Really?
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Or Revenge of the Sith, only because like I couldn't watch it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I think I had the least amount of memories associated with this. Like I said on the Phantom Menace podcast, I have a lot of memories associated with playing Lego Star Wars.
I also had that.
So it was fun to be like, oh, I remember this level in Lego Star Wars. That's probably going to be a thing for at least the 6 original movies. But I think I was pleasantly surprised about how much I appreciated some of the cinematography.
Okay, I agree.
Some of the CGI. Not all of it. But there were some shots that was like, this is visually good.
I agree. I mean, there was lots of swings that were taken.
Yes.
Some of them are singles. So you're like, hey.
Some of them are foul balls. Some of them are strikeouts. But I do think that there are some shots that just kind of work. I think the Battle of Geonosis looks a little bit better visually than the Battle of Naboo and Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There's some things here that I appreciated on this watch. And I liked the overarching story. And we're going to touch on that. But
I agree.
There are parts of it that I will pull apart and hate.
I didn't realize how set up-y this movie is.
Oh, yeah. It's
like,
big time.
Low-key, this movie is all exposition.
Yeah.
Setting up really the Clone Wars, but like that wasn't even a thought. Maybe it was a thought, but like, really we're setting up Revenge of the Sith. Well, I mean, there's so much to unpack.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, this is very much a stepping stone movie. But it's so weird because Phantom Menace doesn't feel like the first. Like it kind of like it doesn't feel like
Phantom
this
Menace
is the
feels
opening.
Separate.
Phantom Menace just is like, oh, we're in Star Wars, by the way.
Right.
Oh, and here's Anakin, and like you don't really need the Phantom Menace outside of like Qui-Gon and a little bit of backstory. Like,
I mean, I would argue you don't need the Phantom Menace at all.
Yeah, you could probably watch all of Star Wars and I think your experience would be about the same. Because
here's the thing. Maul's not in any of the movies.
Yeah.
Except for, I guess, if you want to throw Solo in there, you can.
Yeah.
Maul's not in any of the movies, and Padme is reintroduced as a senator. And it's mentioned that she's a queen.
Naboo doesn't really matter anymore. Like, really?
And, like, I guess Dooku and Obi-Wan have, like, the Qui-Gon conversation. And
briefly,
those are really... and I guess Anakin knows Padme, right? Like, those are... That's kind of
But all of that stuff is implied in the movie a little bit, too. So, no, I get what you're saying.
No, I like Phantom Menace.
No, I
think
it's
good.
I do, too.
But...
Yeah, okay. I agree with your take.
I mean, look, I think in general, the writing of this trilogy is nightmarish, but...
Well, yeah, we'll dive into that.
We'll get there.
Well, first off, welcome back to Stole My Line, a Fireside Film podcast. I'm Grant.
And I'm Drew.
We're talking about Star Wars in our Star Wars marathon. This is episode 2.
Yes.
Gearing up for the long haul. There's a lot.
There's a lot to dive into.
But I'm excited to talk about this. I want to open with Star Wars Mythbusters, which might just be prequel Mythbusters.
Yeah, I agree.
A little bit, but I have some questions. Are you ready?
I am ready.
For these? My first question for you, and these are all kind of based on things that are said about Star Wars or the prequels or whatever. Drew, is this the worst Star Wars movie? There are people out there who say that.
No.
I would also agree that...
we're including all 9, and I would probably even say all 6.
Let's say the original 6 that George Lucas did before Disney.
I'm still going to say no.
Which would you say is the worst, if you had to say it right now?
Probably Phantom Menace.
Okay, yeah. I probably would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think this is a step up, genuinely.
I do too.
Okay. Myth busted. This is not the worst Star Wars movie.
No, it's not.
Obviously, we're probably talking about Rise of Skywalker.
That is the worst.
As the worst one
100%.
Until further notice. Until we talk about it.
Until Mando and Grogu comes out.
Maybe.
Ugh.
Maybe.
No.
Myth number 2 is the dialogue really that bad?
Ugh. Ugh.
And when I say that bad, I mean like pretty horrendous.
Look, I'm going to say...
Which, by the way, first off, we said no to that for the Phantom Menace.
Which I stand by.
I also stand by. I don't think the dialogue is that bad.
I don't think it's that bad.
I think it's still bad.
It's serviceable. It's not good, right? Like, it's not good.
We're not saying it's good. This movie...
This is where it takes a turn for the worse.
The dialogue might be that bad.
I'm still going to say no.
Whoa.
With a huge asterisk.
Okay, I'm going to argue yes, but I want to hear your no.
I don't think it's that bad unless Padme and Anakin are in a room together.
That's how, okay.
Because I'm like, look, Obi-Wan's lines are fine.
Yeah.
Like, Jango Fett's lines are fine. It's like expositionally, but like, that's this whole movie, so like, it's fine. Dooku's lines are good.
Yeah, Chris really kills it.
But the moment Anakin and Padme walk in a room... It is like you have to pause and reassess this. I literally, when they're in the fireside chat.
Yes, no, I know what you mean.
When they're in the room with the fire.
It's so bad.
I had to pause and like walk around the room and like,
oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like,
it's terrible.
Let's just say what we're thinking. Like, why? Like, I don't.
Oh, it's awful.
I don't know why you do that. Like, it's like George Lucas said, "This is what I want my characters to feel / say / this is the point A to point B. And then he just leaves it. Like, he doesn't say stuff that implies, like, oh, I feel angry. Like, they'll just say, I am angry. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we doing?
And the thing is, like...
There's a line that Padme had, I think it's in this one, it might be, and I'm pretty sure it's in Attack of the Clones, where she's like, suddenly I'm scared. She said that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you saying... Who says that? No one.
Oh, my gosh. Also, the scene when they're on the chariot.
Oh, it's so bad.
And she's like, I love you deeply. I'm like, no, why are we saying that?
Oh, it's bad. But it's, like, kind of good.
No.
No, here's what I'm saying. It's super bad. It makes it lovable. And if you hear us hating, that's probably fair, but, like, we love these movies.
I do. It's true.
And so, like, these are the quirks that come with them.
I mean, like you have to be able to take this movie and say, I love it, but also...
yeah.
That is terrible writing.
Yeah, it's bad. It's so bad. Okay. We're landing on the dialogue. Is that bad?
I think that's fine.
The asterisk is kind of gimmicky.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there no romance between Anakin and Padme? And I have my answer here, but I want to hear yours. This is what some people say. They will say there's no chemistry.
I think chemistry is few and far between in this movie, but I'm gonna say yes, there is.
I would say this is believable that these two hot people really like each other and are horny. Like that is believable.
That is believable.
And like there's some scenes that are sweet and like
the scene when they're in the field.
Yes,
I'm like that is good.
Yes, it's a sweet scene. And then the almond animals come in and you're like, those look terrible. The almond animals. That's just what I think every time I see them.
That's so funny.
I'm sure some Star Wars nerds gonna be like, those are the intergalactic
the hippos.
Thrago things. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, I think
it's not the chemistry isn't horrible.
It's not great.
I think Hayden Christensen gets a bad rap.
He does. I would agree. I think some of his delivery is pretty bad.
No,
but like,
I agree.
I would honestly argue some of Natalie Portman's delivery is just as bad.
Oh, I totally agree.
And I think it's she won an Oscar for Black Swan, right?
Yeah.
Like it's only because she's kind of made something out of her career that people just gloss over that. In my opinion, also maybe it's because she's hot in these movies.
I'm also gonna say, again, we weren't in the room in 2000 whatever.
This one was 2002.
But George Lucas is not a great director. And a director's job is to move the emotion of the scene. He also wrote the script. So he's an incredible world builder, right? Incredible, like, visionary of a narrative. But when it comes to nitty-gritty emotional storytelling, that is not his forte.
Yeah.
And I think it's very palpable in the romance scenes.
I hesitate to say that he's a bad director because I think with somebody else doing the writing, he would have been serviceable. I don't think he's like,
okay.
You don't watch these movies and you're like, wow, he's a killer director. But the flip side of that is these movies are an incredible feat to have pulled off in any sense.
True.
And so, like, that part of the direction is very, very impressive.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say he's a bad director.
Right.
But he's not Steven Spielberg.
No.
Even though they're kind of buddies. Like,
bro, imagine if Spielberg directed this trilogy.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, it was so good. Okay, next myth. We're going to say yes, there's romance between Anakin and Padme. Is the CGI that bad?
Yeah.
It is, but it's better. It is better in this movie. And like I said with the Geonosis stuff, like, some of the stuff on Camino looks great.
Yeah.
Like, I would say all the stuff on Coruscant at the beginning looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I think some of the creature design is really where it pulls me out of it.
Right.
But a lot of the worlds look kind of fine.
Yeah.
The clones look cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow. No, nothing else?
I mean, no, I think I agree with everything when it comes to CG. I think not great, but it's not like horrible to the point it degrades the movie, in my opinion.
I was talking to one of my buddies who I was watching this movie, like, he's my roommate, so, like, he was in the room when I was watching this movie, and it was a scene where they're at the diner, Obi-Wan, and
Dex,
thank you. I'm sorry, guys.
Dex looks pretty horrible. He looks like a
PS2
looks bad,
character. But here's the thing. I noticed his animations look great. Like, his movement looks great.
Yeah.
It's like the texturing and the lighting that just was not down, in my opinion. Like, if this movie had come out 5 years later, it probably looks like solid.
Yeah.
So it was ahead of its time, but still behind.
I did think that whole diner scene looked like a PlayStation cutscene.
It did, yeah.
And then like Ewan McGregor's in the corner, you're like, oh wait, that's a human.
Yeah. That's kind of what these movies look like, though. I did think it was funny when Christopher Lee is talking. He's at this table on Geonosis. He's talking to the Separatists, and Christopher Lee's like the goat.
Yeah, it's true.
And he is talking to CGI aliens that look so bad, and he's like he's doing his whole Count Dooku thing, and it's great. And then you just pan over, and it's just like the worst looking alien. Like, it's awesome. Oh man, it's funny. Okay, the CGI's that bad. Is the acting that bad? Drew.
As a whole, no. There are moments, yes.
I will say there's some pretty low points.
There are some low points.
I say this gets a little too much acting hate.
I would agree.
It's not great.
I think this movie is overhated. I think a lot of this movie is serviceable with a couple of dips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would say there's some pretty good peaks in there.
I would agree.
Okay. Is the overarching story of the prequels actually good?
This is kind of where I'm hesitant.
I know where I stand on this. And we're saying just the prequels, not the Clone Wars, because then if you factor in the Clone Wars, I would say, like, yes, 100%. Obviously.
I'm okay. How are we defining overall story? Are we saying plot points or
we're saying plot
execution?
We are saying plot.
Yes.
Okay.
I think the plot is good.
Okay. Any specific points you want to say in there? Like anything that you're like, oh, this plot point of the prequels is great.
I honestly like all the politicking.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's interesting.
I think it's not conveyed well.
It's conveyed horribly.
Yes.
But I think it is interesting from a plot perspective.
I think Palpatine's rise to power is great.
Yep.
I think, honestly, the idea of we are making a trilogy of movies about Anakin's fall, like that is, like, this is a tragedy. It's cool that this is made.
I agree.
I think the whole, how Palpatine is playing the Separatists in the Republic, and he's like, I don't know, he makes a clone army and Obi-Wan's uncovering it, and there's this whole like mystery element to it. I think that's good.
Yeah.
It's just there's some execution in here that's really bad.
Yeah, it's true.
So
okay. I did go down like a rabbit hole of learning who Sifo-Dyas was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing.
Like the lore is here.
You can go down a rabbit hole with the prequels, and it's impressive. It's genuinely super impressive. This is my last Mythbuster question. Did the Clone Wars redeem this movie?
Again, it all feels like set up for the Clone Wars. So I think if you watch Attack of the Clones with the Clone Wars in perspective, you're like, oh, sick. Like, all the groundwork has been laid.
Yes.
But I don't know. I think it's hard.
Yeah.
What do you say?
This movie, there's not like... I think Clone Wars is a great continuation of.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of moments in here that I like better because of the Clone Wars. Like, some of the Dooku stuff's great.
Yeah.
Some of the Kamino stuff is great.
Yeah.
But, like, I think it's all better in the Clone Wars.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it's all set up, like you said. So, I'm going to lean, like, I'm 50-50.
I'm going to say no.
I'll agree with no for right now. Because
Yeah.
I think the Clone Wars, it redeems Revenge of the Sith the most, and we'll talk about that next episode. All right. That's it for Mythbusters.
Yeah.
Drew, what do you want to talk about with the Attack of the Clones? Just hit me with anything.
I think it's hard for me to just talk about Attack of the Clones because we watched them. I watched them within like 32 hours of each other. This and Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
I think Anakin's arc is pretty bad.
Like overall? Okay, here's the thing.
And I think it's worse than Revenge of the Sith, but there are moments here.
Yeah, there are jumps that are taken that I'm like, that's really far.
Exactly.
And also, how do people just like not care about this? Like, when Anakin slaughters all the Tusken Raiders, Padme's just like, all right,
like,
but you're still hot. Like, and then the Jedi Council just like doesn't ever find out. I'm like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Or if they found out, like, surely somebody would have sensed it, because in Revenge of the Sith, Yoda senses literally everything.
Right.
So you would think, I don't know. Yeah, I would agree, but here's my take.
Okay.
I think, specifically Attack of the Clones, and also I feel this way about Revenge of the Sith. You know how the Clone Wars is kind of like 4-episode arcs-ish?
Yeah.
This feels like 3 or 4-episode arcs compressed into one movie.
It's true.
If it had been pulled out into, 12, 16, maybe 20 episodes, like this movie, it probably would have felt super fleshed out and great, and the jumps would have felt a little more natural.
Right. Okay, this is I agree.
And so that's how I felt watching this movie. Like, this would make so much sense as a Clone Wars half a season or a season.
Yeah.
But it just is a movie.
Right.
And all of, like, the important parts of what that 16 episodes would be are compressed into 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I think this movie moves pretty quickly.
It does.
Like, I think it's hard to remove, like, iconography now because Star Wars is so established. But, like, Jango Fett, not a lot of character development.
No.
Like, if at all. Like, I think in retrospect, you'd be like, oh, he's Boba's dad, and, like, we know Boba, and Boba has a lot of character development. But it's just, like, he's a bounty hunter for money, and maybe that's all you need him to be, but...
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, also, if you are watching these for the first time through, you don't know who Boba Fett really is.
True.
And so there's this whole sequence with Jango and his son that you really don't have to care about. And then, yeah, Boba Fett comes up later in the original trilogy, whatever. But, like, if you're just sitting here watching this for the first time, you're like, why are we following these two people? Why are we lingering on the shot of this kid holding his dad? Like, why does this matter?
Right.
And, yes, it makes a little more sense for his backstory once you kind of get through the original 6 movies. But at the same time, you're like, it's a little unnecessary. A little bit. I don't know.
I do think that this movie is kind of nostalgia baity before nostalgia bait was even a thing. It was
there's some moments.
Like, there were some moments where you're like, that was purely based on the fact that the original trilogy came first.
There was a line. I think it was in this one. I don't think it was in Revenge of the Sith where Obi-Wan says, "Anakin, you're going to be the death of me," and I'm like, that's a straight reference. That is a straight reference to A New Hope. That is George Lucas winking. He's winking at the audience, saying, "Hey, this is a reference to Episode 4." So
it's like, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I think it's fine to be meta, but also, like, your characters don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, the meta-ness is existing.
And sure, some stuff is for the fans, whatever, but it definitely felt... There are moments in here that feel nostalgia baity, but here's the other thing, and I noticed this a lot when watching Revenge of the Sith especially, but George Lucas talked a lot about how he likes to create, like, full circle stories.
Yeah.
And, like, there's a ton of moments in both of these movies that, like, characters mirror each other, or this mirrors something in the original trilogy or whatever. And so part of it can be, like, nostalgia bait, even though I don't really think it is. I think part of it is also he's trying to tell this full circle story.
Yeah, I don't hate this. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think... I think that, again, there were a lot of swings.
There were a lot of swings.
You got a little bug. Yeah, you got a little bug. I think this movie is too focused on exposition and setup of the third, and too nostalgia baity and less focused on the characters.
Okay, yeah.
I think, again, like, I would argue Anakin has potential to be the most and I think he is, like, in the Clone Wars, but one of the most intriguing characters of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
he's probably really the most intriguing character in all of Star Wars, potentially.
100%.
And, I mean, the most important by far.
100%.
So.
And I think if you just take Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith, his arc is pretty bad.
Yeah, it feels like character assassination. And then you watch 7 seasons of the Clone Wars and you're like, I understand his fault.
I get it.
Yes.
Like, but you have 5 hours between these two movies.
Yes.
Like, and again, this trilogy revolves around Anakin. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
If Anakin's arc is questionable, this trilogy is questionable. So I understand why people are lower on this trilogy, even though I like it from a nostalgia perspective.
Well, then why don't we do this? Why don't we get into our rating?
Okay.
Which I don't know if we did this on the last episode, but
I'm going to try to rate this as objectively as possible.
I have no idea where I land on this. I'm going to go ahead and rule out you should not buy this on Blu-ray.
But it's a Star Wars movie.
Pause.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay.
You had to yank out that nostalgia.
I know.
I own this on Blu-ray. Like, I own it. This is my personal decision. But if you were just like
if you are
average
right,
person
okay.
who, like, is kind of like, who knows Star Wars but isn't really into it.
But you like movies.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say streaming.
I will agree with streaming.
Okay.
We'll land on this.
I think cultural impact has to play a part.
It does.
This movie if you just like movies and you don't like Star Wars, you're just coming at this as a film person.
You might appreciate some stuff about it,
right?
But you're probably gonna.
This is not going to rock your world. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's actually like surprisingly easy for us to settle on.
Yeah.
I think not all of them are going to be.
It kind of hurts me to say that, but I
think that's wise though.
Yeah, I think it is. There's wisdom there.
Yeah, there is. I will say, and I think I've told you this before, but I watched Phantom Menace and I thought, oh, the dialogue is pretty bad, CGI is pretty bad. Watched this one. I think I started to get acclimated to the prequels because I watched this and I was like, oh, I'm kind of used to it. And then I watched Revenge of the Sith a few hours later. It was like I was just like fully in it. Like, oh, the dialogue's bad, but I'm kind of just overlooking it right now. Let us know if that's your experience too, because I experienced that on this rewatch. But
I will say these movies and Raimi's Spider-Man
they are
feel similar.
Similar era, by the way.
Similar era.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I think Raimi's Spider-Man is significantly better than these movies, but
yes, I would concur.
Okay.
Mostly.
Yes.
Mostly.
Okay. Well,
no, I think Raimi's trilogy is at composite better than this.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we're excluding the Clone Wars. I don't have anything else to say. What do you want to talk about? Is there anything else with this movie that you want to touch on?
You wrote funny moments in our notes.
I did. I wrote down some. These are just what I wrote down. Well, we can conclude with this. There are some funny moments that I picked up upon. The first funny thing that I wanted to write down was when Padme is friend-zoning Anakin.
Yep.
She is saying, hey, I do not want to pursue this relationship because we can't.
Yep.
Her dress is the most revealing dress that she could possibly be wearing in that moment.
It's true.
It is all boobs. I'm sorry I had to say that on the pod, but like that's just what it was. And Anakin is very obviously very horny.
Anakin's 19 in this movie, by the way. Like, canonically.
Like, oh my gosh. Like, he is cooked. He's cooked.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm like Loki, if I was in that position, I might
You two have kissed, and you're breaking up with him, and you're wearing that? What are we doing?
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
I wrote down another one. What did I write down? Yeah. Oh, just George Lucas adding CGI. I think I wrote this down back to back with the Padme thing, kind of, because the shots that were there in the field, those shots actually looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the creatures are just in there.
The almond creatures.
They're just there. And they look terrible. Look horrible.
It's true.
So, yeah, that's the thing.
Ugh.
That was all I wrote down. Are there any funny moments that you can think of off the dome?
I mean, other than some of the dialogue is like laugh out loud funny. This is a genuinely funny moment. When I laughed at this when I was 7. I laughed at it at 21. When they are entering the arena, and Anakin rocks up, he's like, "Hey, we were trying to rescue you."
Oh, I thought this was really funny.
And then Obi-Wan delivered. What did he say?
He says, "Good job," or whatever. He's like,
that's so funny.
I also just think it's conceptually hilarious that Obi-Wan has had basically zero communication with Anakin. He's like, "Stay put. Just deliver this message," and then Anakin walks into the arena, and he doesn't have any reaction other than like, "Of course." He like you can just tell he's probably like, "Yeah, that checks out." Like, "Oh, and he's here. That's great. That's awesome."
I think it's hilarious.
No, that's very funny.
But that's the thing is like, Obi-Wan and Anakin's relationship is so core to this movie.
Yeah,
and it's
really the prequels.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of them. I mean, really not Phantom Menace. Again, this discussion is making me realize the Phantom Menace doesn't serve anything.
It doesn't really fit.
It doesn't fit.
It highlights a very impactful moment in Qui-Gon's death, and like kind of the start of everything, of like how Anakin was found.
But again, if this movie didn't exist, Qui-Gon wouldn't exist. Like I think in retrospect, like Qui-Gon's super important, but only because the Phantom Menace exists.
Yeah, and I think George Lucas likes to tell the story of the prophecy, but then the prophecy's super loose throughout all of these movies. But I think the Phantom Menace is important because Anakin's the chosen one, and I would say that through line is important for Revenge of the Sith too.
Yeah, I agree. Like
his fall from being the chosen one to being Darth Vader is really important. So there's that aspect to it.
I agree. Anyways, I don't think Obi-Wan and Anakin's relationship is really fleshed out in these two movies super well.
No, you were left wanting more.
100%.
And I know you get it in the Clone Wars, but when I watched this movie, I was like, man, I could watch a TV show for 3 or 4 seasons about literally Anakin's training with Obi-Wan in their misadventures.
Yep.
Like, I would have dug that. Maybe not everybody would have, but I would have.
Here is how I would have rewritten the prequel trilogy.
Oh, I have a question for you on the next episode. But
okay.
Keep going.
After this conversation. One is that.
Yeah.
Is literally Anakin's like an apprentice.
Yeah.
Like entering in the Jedi Order.
Mm-hmm.
You can give us the backstory of Phantom Menace in 5 minutes.
Phantom Menace could have been a 5-minute prologue to a 3-movie trilogy that fleshes out a ton more.
You are then establishing Anakin and Obi-Wan's relationship as master to apprentice the whole movie. That's the point.
Yeah.
Introduce Darth Maul at the end. Have a sick battle with Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Darth Maul.
Okay.
Sick. Attack of the Clones stays relatively the same, just with better character flushing out.
Okay.
And
I would say a little more distrust of the Order.
Yeah.
That I just watched again Revenge of the Sith in like back to back with this, but that feels super rushed in Revenge of the
100%.
Sith. I would love to see that sprinkled out.
Yep.
And also I would say maybe a little less just like random outbursts of violence from Anakin and like a slower
steady
build.
Yes. Right. And like even have like a burst of anger halfway through episode 1.
Like I think the Tusken Raider scene would have been so much more impactful if he literally just killed one of them and he was like, what have I done?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Revenge of the Sith can stay kind of as it is, as the capstone, but yeah, I mean, like, I think a lot of the iconic moments and the reason we feel is because of the Clone Wars, because of nostalgia, and because it's been 20 years and we have rose-tinted glasses.
And because of memes.
Yes, no, I agree.
So many memes, and it's awesome.
I agree.
No, I love that these movies have a life and people love them because it makes Star Wars so much better when people love Star Wars.
And I love them. I love these movies.
No, I do too. I own these on Blu-ray. I love watching them. I'm going to show my kids these movies, but also there's always the asterisk when you talk about the prequels of like, these movies are awesome, but there's a lot of bad in them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, guys, we're reviewing Revenge of the Sith tomorrow.
So this was like half of a Revenge of the Sith review, kind of. But
yeah. But
we'll dive deep tomorrow.
That's the thing with the prequels is they kind of are intertwined, sort of, except for Phantom Menace, apparently. But yeah, so we'll do that. Stick around. We got a ton of discussions coming up, and also there's a ton of other stuff coming out. We got the AotC and Spider-Man in like 2 months.
Yeah.
We got House of the Dragon coming out. So
True.
If you're into any of that stuff, hit that subscribe button because we're gonna keep reviewing stuff. So if you're into this, just hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, do it.
That's all we ask. So thanks for sticking around. Take a break
and enjoy a film.